Hello, everyone, and welcome. It's Thursday when I'm recording this, but it's Friday when you're watching. Or hopefully it's Friday if you're watching. Maybe you're watching at some other point. I'm JC for Life, and we're back with another episode of D'Lo Brown Books NXT. Uh, we're at Wednesday, the third week of July 2020. We've got, I believe I said, 5 or 6 weeks of TV until our next takeover, which will be the day before SummerSlam on the main roster. We're still working with scraps because while the main roster have called up like most of our stars, they have not sent anyone back down to replace them, which is rather worrisome. But we'll see about dealing with that when the time comes. We've got ourselves a card laid out here. So we're going to start the show and we're going to run down through it and make any edits if we need to. Just looking at our future call-up situation. So Finn Balor is due to be called up in 6 days. Io Shirai is due to be called up in 3 days. Damian Priest is being called up tomorrow. Kushida is calling up in 4 days, and Kona Reeves is called up in 6 days. So we're losing our NXT champion. We're losing our probable women's #1 contender. We're losing a rising star there. We're losing another person from our North American title storyline. So that's bad, and we're losing Kona Reeves. There's not much else I can say about that, really. One thing I wanted to do, and I forgot to do this before I hit record, is I am going to go into... No, it's not creative. I wanted to go into... I think it was roster. I'm looking for the Sing Boys. I'm looking to see where do I turn them face. Oh, I just have to click on heal here. Samir is set, ready to turn. I do need to prepare a gimmick change for them because they're not lackeys anymore. They can't play comedy and they have poor comedy matches, so that's not something that I can do there. Samir has a regular contract and Sunil has a regular contract and Samir has an ironclad one. Huh. That's weird. But anyway. Kona Reeves has some big morale issues. That's alright. Mike Chioda and Justin King are making their debuts here tonight, and X-Pac, Sean Waltman, is debuting as an agent tonight as well. We are live at the Little Rock, Arkansas Metroplex. A capacity of 1,500. We're expecting an attendance of 1,480, so we could be potentially looking at a sellout here. So let's get down to the show, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see how we get on. Alright, we're at the pre-show. Had a decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Chelsea Green defeats Santana Garrett in 8:36 by pinfall using underhanded tactics. During the match, we also had manager Robert Stone distract Santana. So Chelsea Green finally making her NXT debut here with us, her first match, and well, not a great first match. And yeah, Santana Garrett wrestled rings around her basically. She did get a bonus for high morale, but she was penalised for inexperience and inconsistency. But that's what the pre-show is there for, is to iron that stuff out before getting on TV. Another pre-show bout that had terrible wrestling and non-existent heat. Bronson Reed defeats Benny Burson 9:15 with a death drop driver. Justin King debuted his staff member gimmick. Gotten an initial rating of awful. Well, I mean, he's a referee, so that doesn't really matter. A couple of bonuses there. Bronson Reed penalised for being inexperienced. Again, it's a pre-show, so nobody's got to be worried about that. I am worried about Ryan Katz, though. That as an agent, he's just not done very well for us at putting together stuff. All right, we're off, and we're on the main show. Finn Balor comes out to open the show, cuts a promo. Austin Theory comes out to interrupt them. They have a big argument, going back and forth on the mic, and they have agreed to face each other in a singles match, which will be for the NXT Championship. Nice and quality left of the segment. Color commentary gave the boost. Got a good angle. The crowd gets off to a hot start. Austin Theory is penalised for low morale, but that was it. 61 segment rating to open the show. Good start. Yes, pre-booking is expected, but we've already have it real lined up. Triple H is backstage with Timothy Thatcher and Kushida trying to talk him into giving a title shot, because if you remember last week, Killian Dane defeated Kushida here, and Matt Riddle defeated Timothy Thatcher in our North American title tournament, and then both of them got called up because I wasn't paying attention to my emails. So now they're back in Triple H's office being like, well, we lost our matches, but also like the other guys got called up, so can we have, like, we should advance in the tournament and give our title shot, and we should fight each other for the title, or I should be champion, he should be champion, whatever. Sarah Stock could have done a better job putting the angle together. That's alright. Timothy Thatcher was underwhelming. He'll come around. I'm positive of it. I want to build up Timothy Thatcher. I think he'll come around. That Triple H definitely helped the segment as well. It got a 57. More importantly, the angle got the crowd hotter. The commentary was good. The only thing that got it a penalty was the agent. We're going to return to the booking screen. Yes, we're returning to the booking screen without creating a pre-book. Okay, this is a regular match, so the crowd's already hot. So we can continue the show. And in a bout that had decent reactions from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Saurav Gurjar defeats Mansoor in 7-12 by pinfall. During the match, we also had Malcolm Bivens distract Mansoor at ringside. Ryan Katz was the agent for that, and he didn't put that match together very well. Commentary was good. Bivens is good at ringside. Good on you, Stokely Hathaway. Good job. Mansoor got the selling bonus. Saurav got a good selling bonus as well. So both those guys look pretty good. Saurav's a great gimmick, and he got a bonus for needing help from a manager as well, which is good because that's what managers are there at ringside for. Got a bonus for down a very hot crowd, but both guys were penalised for being inexperienced, and the agent gave them a penalty as well. It's a 35. It's coming back down, but we'll move on. So after the match, Mansoor is being attacked by Indus in the ring. So that's Rinku Singh and Saurav Gurjar. That's that tag team. The Bollywood boys come. The Bollywood boys would come running in and fight them both off, and they save Mansoor. Alright, so Rinku Singh was overwhelmed by the manager being there, so the hint of Samir's face turn got a poor reaction, as much as the crowd still remember his last one. Okay, well, that's fair enough. No. Okay, so Samir has turned face, and Sunil has turned face. So they're the face tag team now. Because I don't think I had a face tag team. And that's why I had to turn those guys. Right. Zach Gibson's backstage psyching up James Drake for his upcoming match. There we go. It's like a good gimmick bonus. And Shawn Michaels put that together alright. Segment rating 38 for the match itself. Decent reaction from the crowd with subpar wrestling. James Drake defeats Raul Mendoza with Mr. Mayhem. Drake is getting better. Mike Chioda's first match refereeing back in NXT after being released by the main roster. As planned, the match brought the fans back down a little. That's okay. Like it's a heater match. It's supposed to bring the crowd back down because I don't want them too hyped up a little bit. Second ring got a bonus from Mike Chioda's refereeing. That's a good job there. Drake was penalised for being held back, for being inconsistent. Penalised for chemistry, overwhelmed by manager. So I think that just means that like Zach Gibson's more over than him, and that's kind of overshadowing there. Next, in a bout that had good heat and decent wrestling, Tegan Knox defeats Io Shirai in 13 minutes with a Vulture Culture Destroyer, and that is her first defense of the Women's World Championship. Io Shirai wrestled rings around her, however. It's pretty much good. That was X-Pac's first match as an agent, and it got a bonus from his agent work. Mike Chioda refed it, done pretty well. Good announcement. Both those ladies got bonuses there. They did get penalised for holding back a little bit and for a lack of an associated storyline. They got a 42. Not great for a title match. Probably because it could have been advertised a lot better. In a decent match, Jack Gallagher defeats Swerve by submission. Again, Brian Katz as an agent didn't put that match together very well. Commentary served it alright, but it still got a 47. That's not good. It's really just not good. The only penalties was Jack Gallagher being a little bit inconsistent, and Brian Katz as a road agent. Again, Mikey would have brought it up a little bit. There we go. Io Shirai has decided she's had enough, simply packs up her bags and leaves the arena, apparently never to return. She's penalised for low morale, but hey, that's why she left, right? Because she got low morale. She's left. She's gone to the main roster. Got a 53. In a decent match, Timothy Thatcher defeats Kushida in 17-17 by submission with a Thatcher stretch. During the match, we saw Fabian Aichner run in and attack Kushida, and Marcel Bartel also attack Kushida. Timothy Thatcher wins the North American title. The storyline is advanced but lost heat. Holding back and inconsistency for both guys ended up being what kind of killed that a little bit. It got a 49 for a North American title match. Oof. Those three guys continue attacking Kushida after the match and leave him down and out. Kushida goes to the main roster. Right. In a bout that had fantastic heat and great wrestling, Austin Theory defeats Finn Balor in 19 minutes by pinfall using underhanded tactics and steals the NXT Championship. The match got the crowd buzzing, colour commentary gave the match a boost, the announcing quality lifted the match. Great job there. Both lads penalised for stamina, however. Steve Corino, good job. Austin Theory penalised for low morale, penalised for a lack of associated storyline. Finn Balor goes to the main roster. But on the post show, we have Finn Balor staying around after the match to congratulate Austin Theory on his title win and puts him over as the star of the future. Austin Theory was, however, penalised for low morale for that. It was not a sellout. 1,417 people out of out of 1,500, I believe. So it was not a sellout in Little Rock, Arkansas. Show had an overall rating of 50, lost its popularity in 11 regions, gained popularity in 18 regions, however, but did use Timothy Thatcher far too much. So just looking over the show, lots of yellow segments, which was not good. Literally the segment of the segment of the night was the opening. It was a strong opening, but just petered out almost immediately. Io Shirai quitting was practically the highlight of the night. Instead, I did use Timothy Thatcher too much. But look, I want to put him over, and now he's the champion. And what we're gonna do is, Matt Riddle has broken a collarbone in the main roster. He's out for a few weeks. Womp womp. Damian Priest has now been called up to the main roster. NXT got a 1.52 overall rating with 1.143 million viewers on the USA Network. They're unhappy with the quality of the wrestling, which, that's fine. I can understand that. I'm not happy with it either. But until the main roster gives me better wrestlers to work with, it's going to stay that way. And they're not, because they keep calling up all my freaking dudes, brother. Alright, let's go to the office here. Kona Reese has big morale issues. Why have you got big morale issues? How can you have morale issues when you're not, like... Bruh. I don't get it. Well, I mean, he's not going to be my problem anymore anyway, very soon, so... Irritated at a botched turn. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. I get that. I really get that. We don't have any stables. We do have a stable now. And Ringkampf, the band is back together. And we have Timothy Thatcher leading the line over Marcel and Fabian. I'll probably add a description or something like that later. We'll see. Yeah, Imperium will be like, they are the tag team that is in Ringkampf. So that's okay. We've got a whole bunch of other. How has Austin Theory got minor morale issues? You, I put the title on you, dude. How can you have minor morale issues? Let's just go to the next show and see how even further gutted my developmental system is going to be. Because if it's not one thing, it's another. Alright, we've got a decision to make. It's Sunday of this week 3 in July. Oh, Ring of Honor had Manhattan Mayhem last night in the Santander Arena. The show was awesome, and Jonathan Gresham was the star of the show. He defeated Flip Gordon in the main event. I'm sorry, what? Stardom have completed negotiations with Taka Michinoku. I mean, he's a retired wrestler who works primarily as a manager. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's still, it's weird. Taka Michinoku in Stardom. What? Right, Kushida's been called up to the main roster. Okay. Contract negotiations with Jordan Devlin. He'll get paid $265 per show. No signing bonus. No guaranteed downside. It's a 2-year deal. His role in the roster would be whatever is needed. That's alright. NXT will be the primary player. Travel costs are covered. Yes, Jordan Devlin has signed with NXT. Io Shirai has been called up. Kushida has been called up. And Timothy Thatcher has chosen to relocate his home base and how he resides in the Southeast region. So that's good. Let's take a look at our titles now. Austin Theory is our NXT champion. Timothy Thatcher is our North American champion. Imperium are our tag team champions, and Tegan Knox is our women's champion. We absolutely do not have enough. We don't have enough people to run a Dusty Classic. Let's just keep going until Wednesday. So like whoever else is being called up gets called up, and then we can call time on this episode there. Pretty quick episode today. We're about 25 minutes into the recording so far. Okay, so let's check the emails. Finn Balor has been called up, Kona Reese has been called up, Shawn Michaels has been called up. Alright. Sarah Del Rey is due to be called up in 3 days. And that's okay. There's not a lot. awful lot of stuff happening here, so that's fine. I don't want to really look at pre-booking and stuff. What do I want to look at? I want to look at the storylines. I want to keep the Rise of the Vets going. At least for now, anyway. Who should I add to the Championship Scramble storyline? Who's left, I should say. To add to the Championship Scramble storyline. D-Jack? I mean, maybe. Ickner and Bartel need to be added as supporting roles in here so that they're aligned together. I could put D-Jack up there. I guess. That's kind of the issue though, is that I don't really have a mid card to speak of. That's kind of a big problem that I have. I might actually just have to deactivate the North American title and just focus on the World Championship. Maybe have like Thatcher or even Austin Theory perhaps win both sides. Actually, I wouldn't have Austin Theory win. It has to be someone from underneath. As I would have to like win the titles. Or like win the secondary title, then win the main title, and kind of hotshot and unify both. I'm adding D-Jack to that story. I do want to put someone in a proper like storyline with Austin Theory, but also I'm just like, who's left? Who is left? Like Triple H is a major star, but he's like the authority figure. That's okay. Who have we got left? Austin Theory's a star. Jack Gallagher's well known, but he's going to be in the tag division with Kendrick. Sarah Del Rey's an agent. She's getting called up anyway. Tegan Knox is in the women's division. We've got a bunch of people here in recognizable. We've got a bunch of people here in unimportant. But, you know, I've really just got like nothing to work with. And it's worrying. It's really, really worrying. I need to like start searching for new people who can come in who will be able to wrestle. Who's that Leo Bryan fella? A bulky middleweight using a regular style. In the past he has worked for NXT. Yeah, he worked one show for me. And got squashed by Dexter. Could hire Mike Mondo back. I could hire Mike Mondo back. I'm really just like not sure about. I'm really just not sure about what to do. He's a giant and he's a brawler, but I believe that. I believe I'm not allowed to sign brawlers, or I'm not allowed to sign powerhouse guys. So that kind of really paints me into a corner. Could hire Dunkerton. I will hire Dunkerton. I do want him to be a future main eventer because I need to have I need to have people who I can like build up to the main event and build up to that status. Alright, well maybe I'll just give you a written contract, but not an exclusive one. Yeah, I don't think an exclusive one would serve pretty well right now. Probably some other people that I could do with bringing in here. Bob Holly's still down as a wrestler. Jeez. Oof. Could bring Gulak back into the fold. Put him in the mid card. I don't think there's anyone else that I want to, at least not for now anyway. I consider that Lee O'Brien just to have him like in that undercard role. Yeah, it would be on a handshake deal. Right, well, we've taken care of a little bit of business here, so we're going to call it an episode at that before things start getting crazy out of hand. I'm going to try and fiddle around with a couple of things here while we're off camera, and then when we come back, we'll take a look at booking this last week of July, and then we're into August, and we're firmly into TakeOver Chicago build for that night before SummerSlam. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.